10 business ideas in Africa that will make millionaires in 2023. In this video, we'll take a closer look at 10 of the best investment and business opportunities in Africa that can make you a millionaire this year. There's no doubt that Africa is a rich continent with a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurs and investors. The continent is home to the fastest growing middle class in the world and offers huge potential for growth. Africa has some of the most promising and progressive economies in the world at the moment. Investors and entrepreneurs are constantly searching for profitable business ideas in Africa that have minimal risk. Here is a list of some of the best business opportunities on the continent you can capitalize on this year. Number 1. Agricultural machinery. The most significant economic activity in Africa is agriculture. About 2/3 of the working population on the continent are employed in this niche. For African countries, agriculture accounts for about 30% of all exports and 60% of GDP on average. However, just roughly 6% of all Africa's total geographical area is considered to be in use. Subsistence farming has dominated the agricultural sector for decades, which has relied heavily on the ineffective practice of crop shifting. But recently, there's a growing trend of modern farming using technical equipment. As a result, a dealership of agricultural machinery and equipment is bound to be a very successful business in Africa. Demand for agricultural products rises as the population grows. Governments and international aid agencies advocate for the latest technology when it comes to farming and agriculture. Investors in this industry should consider purchasing cutting-edge agricultural gear and equipment. Companies can retain stock and offer agricultural products on high demand with their dealership. In this industry, order quantities and profit margins are both substantial. Be it tractors, soil preparation equipment, seeders, fertilizers, sprinklers, mowers, harvesters, or seed drilling machines, everything is in high demand in Africa and you can. 2. Water purification systems. In Africa, it is critical to treat and purify water. There's huge potential in providing clean water to households, as many people only have access to limited clean water. Water filtration could use a variety of technologies, and the equipment varies in size and capacity. Many isolated villages in Africa lack access to potable water. The funding for the construction of clean water delivery infrastructure is often provided by the government and international humanitarian organizations. In African cities, middle-class households use purified tap water, so small water purifiers for households can be made available and sold to African consumers. Also, regular maintenance and inspection of water treatment systems creates another source of revenue. For example, you can make money from both the system's initial sale and its maintenance. The offering of services for water purification is an appealing business opportunity for those looking to invest in Africa this year. Such companies can serve as regional distributors and also service hubs. High-quality water treatment systems are definitely a gold mine in Africa not to be overlooked. Food processing and packaging. Food processing and the production of packaged foods are very profitable industries in Africa. This is due to two main reasons. First of all, as a result of urbanization and population growth, consumer demand is on the rise. Customers with the means to buy packaged foods are more prevalent in urban regions. For example, more than 100 million people live in metropolitan areas in Nigeria alone. The bulk of packaged foods in Africa at the moment are often imported from foreign countries. There is not enough supply on the home market, and there is very little competition. Trade Kings, an African group, recently launched a plan in Zambia to produce confectionery goods locally, and they successfully seized a substantial market share. By developing a fully integrated manufacturing facility, investors in the packaged food industry get to build the first line of equipment that processes food and raw materials. The food products are then prepared and packaged. Finally, It is ready for distribution and sale. The production could be anything from pastas to cookies, cereals, vegetable oil, canned foods, and everything else in between. Number 4, solar energy provider. Thanks to improved solar panels and the energy effectiveness of LED bulbs, solar lighting technology has become quite effective. For instance, solar street lights in African countries are preferable to traditional street lights. Many African countries' national grid are experiencing an electrical crisis. The installation of the national grid or ongoing maintenance are not necessary for street lighting. Solar street lights are really simple to set up and to use. The amount of money invested in renewable energy by governments and international organizations is enormous. Government incentives are many for integrating renewable technologies into daily life in Africa. Investors in this sector can either install solar-powered LED lights on privately owned properties like homes, businesses, warehouses, parks, and many more. They can also submit national tenders. Just last year, a lucrative $24 million contract was granted in Benin for the delivery and installation of 15,000 solar street lights. In Africa, many countries experience year-round direct sunlight and the technology is reasonably priced. Deep technical expertise is not necessary for the installation of solar lights. A regular person just needs about 3 days of training before he is capable of overseeing the installation of new units. Number 5, biogas and biodiesel. Using biofuels like biogas and biodiesel helps African economy and creates jobs. You can meet the demand of surrounding countries and make a huge chunk of cash. Africa benefits from a world of natural resources and inexpensive labor. Biofuels like biogas and biodiesel could be used for heating, organic fertilizers, and transportation. When compared to investment in fossil fuels, the cost of processing biodiesel or biogas is very cheap. Investing in green products makes you eligible to earn government incentives through eco-friendly economic plans. Biodiesel and biogas are valued and are simple to advertise and sell. Number 6, digital products and fintech. Africa's consumer market is growing swiftly. As a result of the acceptance of digitization and the internet, there are several prospects in the digital and online sales market. About 500 million people are expected to use mobile internet in Africa by 2025. Be it accessories, gadgets, cookware, or clothing, all are in very high demand when it comes to online sales in Africa. The use of smartphones and the internet has dramatically increased in sub-Saharan Africa in recent years. As a result, more people will shop online than in person, causing a shift in consumer behavior. Online sales generate far higher profit than offline sales. Physical stores are no longer required. All an investor needs is a storage facility, an online store, and efficient logistics to make bank. Number 7, fashion, apparel, and clothing. The expansion of the continent's economy has a strong correlation with the clothing sector. There is a large market for clothing and accessories in Africa, but there aren't enough reputable retailers offering clothes at affordable prices. This creates a lucrative opportunity for investors who want to go into the textile and clothing industry. But before venturing into this niche, there are a few things you should know. African buyers strive for higher quality and follow trends. Chinese textiles on the market are inexpensive but of poor quality, and although European products are of good quality, they are pricey for the general public. So if you can find a sweet spot between good quality and affordability, then nothing will be able to stop you. Before making an investment in this industry, you should know that the stock needs to be updated frequently because fashion trends change fast. Here, the factory's proximity to the retail market is crucial if you want to avoid disruptions to the supply chain. Number 8. Real estate. Real estate is a profitable business everywhere in the world, and sub-Saharan Africa is no exception. Following the region's fast rising population and high demand for accommodation, investors are already making a fortune by pushing up property and rent prices in several cities across the continent, making real estate an ideal and potential gold mine for new investors. Africa's real estate market is booming right now, and investors can find fantastic offers all around the continent. The potential for huge profits is enormous, but there are challenges that differ from country to country, just like anywhere else in the world. First, you need to understand that Africa is the second largest continent in the world, with 54 sovereign countries and 9 territories, with a land area of over 10 million kilometers square. And this big chunk of land is spread across all 6 major global time zones. With that in mind, you could become the next real estate mogul on the continent. Number 9. Building and construction supplies. African companies will undoubtedly benefit greatly from the construction boom that is currently taking place on the continent. Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa, has significant holdings in the cement industry, which is not surprising at all. One of the most essential building and construction materials is cement, which is used for building houses, roads, bridges, dams, and anything you can think of. Africa used to import cement worth billions of dollars, but not anymore. Cement manufacturers like Dangote and Lafarge are expanding across the continent like wildfire. The demand for building and construction materials is on the rise throughout Africa, with cement being just one example. Another multi-billion-dollar opportunity when it comes to construction is the demand for steel. Due to the construction boom that is taking place across the continent, other goods that are in high demand include timber, roofing materials, glass, paints, plumbing, and electrical supplies. Number 10. Financial services. Africa has one of the least developed banking, payment, and financial service sectors in the world. Over 50% of Africans still lack access to formal financial services, and the majority of transactions are still carried out in cash. The market for financial services in Africa offers a special chance for huge profits. Businesses that can offer straightforward, convenient solutions will undoubtedly prosper. For example, Nigeria's Paystack is one intriguing startup that is succeeding in this industry. This company, which offers payment options to Nigerian internet retailers, has already drawn millions of dollars in investment and is expanding its clientele by the minute. Now that you know how to profit from the African market, think carefully before making any investment. Instead of diving in blindly, consider investing in businesses that provide value and uplift communities. Investors with creative minds always do well in the African market. With this knowledge, the opportunity of becoming a billionaire in Africa is real more than ever before. If you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment below for more on doing business in Africa.